You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we're going to talk about this Charter Spectrum and ESPN/Disney dispute. And my goodness, we talked about this the other day about the fact that it's a situation where it's, again, bad versus evil. I decided to label Disney and ESPN as evil because, well, I mean, look at everything they've done over the last several years. And cable companies, they're the scum of the earth, and we know that. We absolutely know it. And so you've got two entities that are at war with each other. And speaking of scumbags, enter in another scumbag. Now, guys, here's the problem. We got nearly 15 million people out right now, customers, homes, that do not have ESPN/Disney access. No Disney channels, no SEC networks, no ESPN. And I know a lot of you, like me, when it comes to like in-studio ESPN content, you're out. You don't watch it anymore. But you still have live games, college games and big ones, SEC. And in the case of New York, we are coming down to a Buffalo Bills New York Jets Monday Night Football game that is a 9-11 game. And enter in the governor of New York. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. I mean, my goodness, New York had the opportunity to vote in not another Democrat again, but that didn't happen. They voted in another one anyway. And now she is coming out asking Charter Spectrum to issue refunds, and she would like to see this thing resolved. Well, that's great. A lot of people would like to see it resolved, but why are you getting involved as a politician? All right, it's her state. I get it. I guess my feeling in this is, why is a leftist, I'm just going to keep it real here, like her, why is she calling out the cable company side of this? Why is she not willing to slam Disney or ESPN? Oh, because they support your ideology, that's why. Interesting. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, at least by osmosis, one could say somebody like her is probably in bed with the mouse. Let's just keep it real. I could have said Bob Iger, but no. New York governor calls on Charter Spectrum to issue refunds to customers affected by dispute with Disney. The governor is calling on both companies to resolve the dispute so that Bills fans can watch the season opener on Monday night, as well as the U.S. Open. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is weighing in on a contract dispute between Charter Spectrum and Walt Disney Company. Governor Hochul is calling on the Department of Public Service to hold Charter Spectrum accountable and refunds to New York customers who lost programming to sporting events on ESPN and programming on Disney channels. Can't you hold Disney and ESPN accountable for doing business in the state somehow? Why is that not being sort of avenued or looked at? There's got to be something there. My gut feeling would be if Ron DeSantis wanted to look into it and find something on Disney, he probably could do it. All right? I'm just throwing that out there because, well, we've seen him already do it. So governors can figure it out. It's simple. If you pay your cable bill, you deserve to get the services you pay for, Governor Hochul said. I agree with that. An ongoing corporate dispute is forcing customers to miss some of the highest profile televised events of the year. The least of these companies can do is provide a refund. Well, there could be one other angle to this. How about you just don't get involved? That could happen too. Disney and Charter must continue negotiating in good faith to ensure affordability and consumer choice. I also urge Disney, do you now? I also urge Disney to continue providing its programming under the terms of the prior agreement while negotiations continue. My administration is committed to consumer protections for all New Yorkers. Keep in mind, folks, Disney wanted them to pay an enormous amount of money, okay? Charter Spectrum. Disney has been doing this blackout thing for years. I've been a part of it before, okay, with either cable companies or with satellite companies, either one. They blacked out the channels. They blacked out the channels, and all of a sudden, you couldn't watch. By the way, it's not just Disney and ESPN that's done this. They've done it with other, like there's been other, like whether it's like Fox or whatever. Yeah, I've seen it across the board. Governor Hochul is giving voice to millions of New Yorkers who are frustrated that they cannot view all of their cable channels, who have a right to be refunded for services that they are unable to access. The Department of Public Service will work diligently to ensure Charter provides customers appropriate bill credits in a timely manner, said Department of Public Service CEO and Public Service Commission Chair Rory M. Christian. The governor is calling on both companies to resolve the dispute so Bills fans can watch the season opener on Monday night, as well as the U.S. Open. So, and we talked about that the other day, that this game was coming, and it's going to be, guys, this is going to be one of the biggest Monday Night Football games of all time. Of all time. You know, we may be talking about a top 10-ish kind of game. 9/11, Aaron Rodgers making a debut with the Jets. Monday Night Football. He's never played for the Jets. And add in 9/11, add in Josh Allen, add in the Bills, add in the division rivals. It's a huge game. It's a huge game. And somewhere you would think ESPN would be a little nervous because there are certain things involving ESPN. Well, they could end up being an issue for them because the NFL is sitting back going, I've got this product sold and purchased by ESPN. These advertisers are expecting a certain amount of millions of people to consume this NFL game. And when you eliminate 15 million homes, those ratings aren't going to be nearly what the NFL probably sold to advertisers when they get, and certainly what ESPN sold to the NFL that could sell to their advertisers. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that you got to consider here. But ratings is something we haven't talked about in this just a ton, but that's a thing. That absolutely is a thing. Personally speaking, I like the least amount of government involvement in anything that's possible. I just don't love it in general. But when it comes to Disney and ESPN, I don't feel that bad for you. I just don't. You don't have the greatest of track records over the last, say, 6 years, 8 years. Something in there as you poison so much of the content. Gotten rid of so much talent on ESPN. Some could say you might ought to pay us to watch your product. I mean, I know I'm making a joke, but when you fire most of the dudes that I actually like over the years, Mike Golick, Trey Wingo, David Pollock, I mean, Todd McShay, you know, just going back, Steve Young was my all-time favorite player. Fired him. I mean, you fired everybody. And somehow you still want to go up on your prices because you're overpaying for Stephen A. Smith? Question mark. Shannon Sharp? Question mark. You know, tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.